Hi, it's John here from GPS Training. It's the first quarter of 2020. So what we're doing in this short video is look at the best budget GPS unit currently on the market. Our thoughts are, depending on whether you want a touchscreen or a button GPS unit, these are the two best budget GPS units currently on the market. eTrex Touch 25T or eTrex 32X. Touchscreen, buttons. Now if you're a multi-activity user, I think the 25T is the better option. Multi-activity because we have these profiles on this unit with a height profile, bike profile, etc. Tour cycling. Now this one also comes with a bike bracket, so if you do some walking as well as cycling, I think that's the best option to go for. As you may know, we also have a walking holiday business called Shepherd's Walks Holidays, and we loan out GPS units to our participants on those walking holidays. So we sat down and said which unit gives people the best experience without costing a fortune. eTrex Touch 25T. So we went for that unit. So we always say that's the best budget GPS unit. The only issue though is it's a touchscreen GPS unit. So if you do a lot of winter walking or a lot of winter walking and you're wearing gloves, it's sometimes hard to use that. So in that case, we would go for the 32X. If you do a lot of winter walking and you want a button GPS unit, it's a little rocker and the buttons to navigate around it, that is the better option to go for. So as far as we're concerned, best button GPS unit is the 32X, recently upgraded with a new screen and some other new features. And then we've got a Touch 25T, which is a really good multi-activity GPS unit. Now, when you've decided on whether you want buttons, a touchscreen or buttons, you then need to decide on what mapping options you want with that GPS unit. They both come with what's called topo active mapping, which is what we see on this screen. Topo active mapping is some what's called open source mapping, which Garmin put on each of these GPS units, but it's not Ordnance Survey mapping. If you want Ordnance Survey mapping, there's two options to go for. There's what's called a Bird's Eye Plus voucher. This is a Bird's Eye Plus voucher, and this enables you to download 25,000 square kilometres of 1 to 25,000 mapping. So you put this code in, I'm just covering my finger so you can't pinch it, put it into the Garmin website and you credit your account with that credit, and then you choose which 25,000 square kilometres over the coming year. You've got a year to choose that mapping and you download that as a 1 to 25,000 mapping. Sorry if that sounds a little bit confusing. As you get everything with GPS training, you get a step-by-step guide of how you activate that credit, get that to 0 on the website, work through and download that onto your GPS unit. But again, you get that support package from ourselves. If you have any problems, we would just help you through that process. So on either of those units, you can get what's called a Bird's Eye Plus voucher. It enables you to download 25,000 square kilometres of 1 to 25,000 mapping. Other options to go for is full GB mapping at 1 to 50k. Full GB mapping at 1 to 50k is what we call a Topo Great Britain Pro map card. That means that it's got routable data within national parks. So that means that when we're in a national park, when you're off-road, you can literally just click miles ahead and it'll route you via the footpaths to get to that location. So say, for example, you're in the Lake District and you're at the bottom of Helvellyn, you can tap on the top of Helvellyn and the GPS will route you via the footpaths to get to the top. And that's what this Topo Pro 1 to 50k map card. Nice thing is then, if you do any cycling or anything like this, you've also got the Topo active mapping on each of those units. So although I know Ordnance Survey, this unit's got the 1 to 50,000 map card in, and this has got the Topo active mapping. As with everything from GPS training, you get your instructions. So whatever unit you get, whether it's Touch 25 or the eTrex 32, you get a step-by-step guide, everything you need to know to get you going with this GPS unit. You do step-by-step instructions, plus you've got your GPST reference number. So if you need any telephone and email support, you can get that support from ourselves. And then Garmin Basecamp, which is the route planning software, you get a step-by-step instruction from ourselves in with that unit. It's what's called the Go support package. Takes you everything you need to. This is the Mac instructions, but there's PC instructions as well of everything you need to start planning routes on your PC or your Mac. So, best budget GPS unit for the first quarter of 2020. If you want a button GPS unit, a lot of winter walking, eTrex 32X. If you're a multi-activity user, you do a lot of cycling, or more of your walking is done in the summer months and you don't wear gloves an awful lot, the better option is the eTrex 25T. If you have any questions or any queries about these GPS units or any of the GPS units from GPS training, please don't hesitate and get in touch.